What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about some of the common issues that you might run into in business while you're a young black male. Okay, now, and I don't want this to be an excuse for anyone. I'm simply going to explain my experiences so you can understand what we have to go through. See, I thought, me personally, you know, I'm working at a job, right? I'm at a 9-to-5 job. I'm working my job, and sometimes I get beat down because I am the little boy that needs to get put in his place. So you think, let me control my time, right? Let me take more risks. Let me do bigger moves, bigger plays. So you start your own business and you think you're gonna have so much control and you're gonna be the boss. They calling you the rent man. And that's gonna give you that authority and control that you need, only to find out that there's still this thing that goes on that you just have to learn how to master in order to be able to push past that to become the best version of yourself. So today I wanted to share a few different stories where, you know, race, where me being a black male came up, and how it kind of like hindered me in what I was going through. But also, if you guys hang out to the end, we're going to share, you know, how to push through that mental challenge so you guys can get to everything that God has for you. So let's talk about it. It's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action right here on YouTube and Instagram. I'm a full-time real estate investor, first-time real estate investor, okay? Because that's a big deal. You know, a lot of people that I've seen in my local area get into this particular industry because their dad had something or did something or their parents gave them something. First generation real estate investor, and we talk about here on this channel how to use real estate investing to replace your 9-to-5 income. Now, on my journey of, you know, dropping out of college, going into car sales, into a full-time real estate investor, I've kind of seen a few things that keep, you know, they kind of keep smacking me down, and luckily I'm resilient. I've learned discipline. I've learned, you know, consistency, you know, like, so I'm 34, other 33, other 34, other 35-year-olds, they haven't accomplished home ownership like I have. You know, they haven't accomplished getting mortgage loans, getting personal notes, getting lines of credits in order to advance themselves in business like I have. And it might not necessarily be because of them, because I can remember some of these people that I talked to, they were very, very business savvy, very confident, you know, very, you know, some of them even had like a little ego. But over the weekend, I noticed they were humbled, almost as if, not that they lost confidence, but they lost some of their confidence to where they don't feel like they want to push forward and go after the things that others say that they can't have. Where do we lose that at? I wanted to talk about this because we need, as young black males, we are hosting the family reunions. You know what I mean? We are setting our families up, you know, for this next time period as we get older. You know, we're taking charge. So I do want to talk about some of the things that have popped up that have happened that have slowed me down from getting to what I'm supposed to get to. But I also want to talk about how we're going to overcome those. Matter of fact, I guess it was maybe 2 years ago, I'm in LA hanging out with some family members, Shannon and Law. Shout out to y'all. They're in LA on Hollywood. You know, it's crazy. It's Grammys weekend. And I'm telling them, like, guys my age, they're not sacrificing as much as they need to sacrifice. And he's like, what do you mean? I know plenty of guys, you know, that have a club. And I'm like, bro, to have to rent a club, okay, and then, you know, and then have that's two different things. What I have to sacrifice as a black real estate investor that's buying, not necessarily wholesaling, is I have to buy the property from these older white males. I have to, you know, get them to consider lending to me, and then I have to pay them back, you know, plus what they want in interest, you know, on a lot of these deals. And all of that adds a different level of complexity to it. And so it sets up all of these different challenges. So let me start with what I'm going through right now. Literally, you know, credit score is solid, okay? My rent roll solid. My rent roll is solid, boy. You know, I got 65 houses rented right now we own 70. 65 out of 70, that's solid. Keep in mind that the other 5 that we're working on is 2 turns and then 3 flips that we're listing for sale. We have millions of dollars in equity, okay? The notes that we have set up, because he wants us to write out a debt schedule so he can understand our debt to cash flow ratio, right? Our debt schedule is meticulous and strategic. We have interest only notes. We have fixed payment notes. We have 30-year AM notes. We have private loans. We have bank loans. We're taking over loan subject too. It's very sophisticated, but yet he says I'm unorganized. But I was also willing to, after he gave me those credentials, I was able to produce them in 24 hours. And see, when somebody, in this particular case, him calling me unorganized and he doesn't want to proceed has nothing necessarily to do with me being unorganized. It's really about, boy, how did you accomplish this like this? It's really a lack of understanding on their part. I didn't really notice it at first, but my mom did. So she said, hey, we need to go to his supervisor and say, hey, what's going on here with this? You know, we look good on paper. Credit's good, reserves is good, you know, portfolio is solid. We're providing you the information that we need. You know, it's not like we just have 1 or 2 houses. We have 70, okay? You have equity and there's cash flow in these deals. What's the issue? And we got a positive response back from his supervisor. That only screams out, you know, I don't know the right word for this, but I want to call it prejudice, or I want to call it jealousy, some kind of corporate phrase. And you can make it up. Y'all can drop it in the comments, whatever corporate phrase that is. But that's the kind of stuff that typically holds back young black males that actually have some kind of drives. And I don't want to say they, but other people will not put your priorities first. And they're not even doing it on purpose. They're doing it subconsciously because they automatically think that what you're doing is not important, okay? That what you're doing is not strategic, but we are, okay? Let me tell you the third thing when I'm working at a car dealership. Okay, I'm working at the car dealership. I'm in sales. I'm doing good. 15 cars a month. I'm averaging $6,500. $6,500 a month. I'm doing good. This is like my 2nd year. I talk to everybody. You know what I mean? I didn't want to judge because you just never know what's up. And I wanted to network with everybody. So I went up to this older white couple. And I said, I always did my normal pitch. Hey, are you guys here for the big sale? And most people would traditionally say, oh, what big sale? And I would say, hey, come on in so I can help you get registered for it. That was my way of getting people to sit down. When I said this to this young man, he said, hey, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm instantly thrown back. Sir, I mean, hey, you're here to look at cars. I can show you. I get the keys. Let me know which one you want, and I'll be able to help you out. He said, no, I'm not going to talk to someone like you. And at this point, I'm younger. Okay, I'm younger. I'm not as sharp as I am now. And so do you want to talk to a female, or do you want to talk to another male? I just want to talk to somebody else. So I went and got one of the salesmen that was a white male. He was a younger white guy. And he came out there, worked with them just fine, sold him a Honda Odyssey. The guy paid cash. The only thing I could chalk it up to was sometimes in some situations, other people do not want to see you succeed. But what you have to do is a few things, okay? Is number 1, understand who you are and the image that you're made in. Number 2 is understand that the vision that you have should be carried out. You got that vision, you're carrying that vision. The only person that's going to be able to see that vision out is you. And then the third thing is you are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul, and everything that God has called you to be, you got it. Okay, so this video, I'm making it because, like I said, over this weekend and through reflection and what I'm going through in my refinances right now, I see it. I know you guys are going through it. I'm big enough to just jump over it like I'm an Olympian, hurdle track star. But some of y'all getting kicked down by it. And so I just want to encourage y'all, don't even let it sweat. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it. My debt schedule that I sent over to the banker, my properties was financed before I even met him. You know what I'm saying? I was making millions of dollars before I even asked him for help refinancing my stuff. You know, so the little feedback that he's giving me, you know, the chip on his shoulder that he has, it's not even helping him. Move on, keep pushing forward. You got this, okay? If you guys want to get more real estate investing knowledge, I'm gonna drop a video right here about how you guys should not let your credit stop you from buying your next personal house. Let's get it. Peace, y'all.